Russia. The name itself evokes a sense of mystery, a vast land of icy plains and snow-capped mountains. This is a country that straddles two continents, where Europe meets Asia and ancient traditions intertwine with modern aspirations. Forget the headlines. Forget the stereotypes. Russia is a place that needs to be experienced, tasted, and felt to be truly understood. It's a land of stark contrasts, where the grandeur of imperial palaces stands in stark relief to the humble wooden houses of rural villages. Come with me now, as we journey together into the heart of this enigmatic nation. We'll explore the grandeur of its history, the richness of its culture, and the warmth of its people. Get ready to have your senses ignited, your perceptions challenged, and your soul stirred. Russia's history is a tapestry woven from the threads of empires and revolutions, of triumphs and tragedies. It's a story of powerful Tsars and fearless revolutionaries, of bloody conflicts and enduring resilience. From the rise of the mighty Tsardom of Russia to the birth of the Soviet Union, the country has witnessed seismic shifts in power and ideology. The reign of Ivan the Terrible saw the expansion of the empire and the consolidation of its power. Peter the Great opened Russia to the west, founding the city of St. Petersburg as a window to Europe. The Bolshevik Revolution in 1917 ushered in a new era of communism under Vladimir Lenin. The Soviet Union became a global superpower, shaping the course of the 20th century. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked another turning point, ushering in an era of transformation. Through it all, the spirit of the Russian people remained unbroken, their resilience a testament to their enduring strength. Beyond its tumultuous history, Russia is a country steeped in rich traditions and customs passed down through generations. One of the most enchanting aspects of Russian culture is its folklore, a treasure trove of myths, legends, and fairy tales. These stories, often populated by mythical creatures like Baba Yaga and the Firebird, reflect the hopes, fears, and dreams of the Russian people. Russian festivals are a riot of color, music, and merriment. Maslenitsa, the traditional Slavic holiday marking the end of winter, is a week-long celebration of pancakes, bonfires, and the triumph of good over evil. Easter, the most important holiday in the Russian Orthodox calendar, is a time for family gatherings, solemn church services, and the joyful exchange of painted eggs. Traditional Russian crafts, from the intricate lacquer boxes of Palek to the delicate porcelain of Gel, are renowned for their beauty and craftsmanship. These handcrafted treasures continue to enchant visitors with their intricate designs and vivid colors. Forget the caviar and blinis, the fancy restaurants with their white tablecloths and stuffy atmosphere. To truly savor the flavors of Russia, you need to hit the streets. Russian street food is a vibrant tapestry of flavors and aromas, a fusion of Slavic traditions and influences from across the former Soviet Empire. Picture this. It's a crisp autumn afternoon in Moscow. You're strolling through a bustling market, the air thick with the scent of spices and grilled meats. You come across a stall piled high with golden brown pirozhki, small baked buns filled with savory or sweet fillings. Next, you encounter a vendor selling blini, thin pancakes that are a staple of Russian cuisine. No culinary adventure in Russia is complete without sampling the country's most iconic dish, pelmeni. These small, savory dumplings are typically filled with a mixture of ground meats and spices, then boiled or fried to perfection. Sacred spaces, the soul of Russia's architecture. The soul of Russia is etched not just in its history and traditions, but also in its architecture, particularly its magnificent churches and cathedrals. No visit to Russia is complete without experiencing the grandeur of the Kremlin in Moscow. This historic fortress, once the seat of Tsarist power and now the official residence of the Russian president, is a sprawling complex of palaces, cathedrals, and government buildings. The Kremlin's iconic red brick walls, punctuated by soaring towers and gilded domes, are a symbol of Russian power and resilience. Step inside the Cathedral of the Dormition, one of the Kremlin's most important churches, and prepare to be awestruck. The cathedral's interior is a riot of color and detail, with gilded icons, intricate frescoes, and soaring arches. Venture beyond Moscow to discover the architectural treasures of St. Petersburg, a city built on a grand scale by Peter the Great. The Church of the Saviour on Spilled Blood, with its colorful onion domes and intricate mosaics, is a masterpiece of Russian revival architecture. Legend has it that the church was built on the very spot where Tsar Alexander II was fatally wounded, hence its somber name. In the heart of St. Petersburg, overlooking the Neva River, stands the Peter and Paul Fortress, housing the City History Museum and the Peter and Paul Cathedral. A kaleidoscope of commerce. Russia's bustling markets. Markets are the lifeblood of any city, and Russia is no exception. From sprawling outdoor bazaars to indoor halls brimming with local crafts and produce, Russian markets offer a sensory overload that's not to be missed. Izmailovsky Market in Moscow is a treasure trove of traditional Russian souvenirs, from nesting dolls and lacquered boxes to fur hats and Soviet-era memorabilia. The market is a riot of color and sound, with vendors hawking their wares and musicians adding to the lively atmosphere. For a taste of everyday Russian life, head to Dorogomilovsky Market, Moscow's largest indoor food market. This is where locals come to stock up on fresh produce, meats, cheeses, and other culinary delights. In St. Petersburg, don't miss the chance to visit the Culinary market, one of the city's oldest and most authentic markets. Here, you'll find a fascinating mix of goods, from fresh produce and local cheeses to vintage clothing and Soviet-era memorabilia. No matter which market you visit in Russia, be prepared for a sensory overload, offering a glimpse into the heart of Russian culture and commerce. The heart of a nation, the Russian people. Forget the stereotypes of stoic faces and vodka-fueled revelry. The true heart of Russia lies in its people, resilient, resourceful, and renowned for their warm hospitality. They've weathered storms of history, enduring wars, revolutions, and economic hardship. Yet their spirit remains unbroken, their warmth and generosity shining through, even in the toughest of times. Russians have a deep-rooted sense of community and family. Gatherings often center around a table laden with food, laughter, and heartfelt toasts. Sharing a meal is about more than just sustenance. It's an act of communion, a way to connect and strengthen bonds. A toast to hospitality, vodka shots, and warm embraces. One evening, while exploring a quiet neighborhood in St. Petersburg, I stumbled upon a small, unassuming restaurant. The aroma of sizzling onions and rich broth wafted out, beckoning me inside. I was the only foreigner in the place, but the warmth of the welcome I received transcended any language barrier. The owner, a jovial man with twinkling eyes, insisted on personally recommending dishes. Out came plates piled high with hearty stews, plump dumplings, and freshly baked bread. And of course, no Russian feast is complete without vodka. Shot glasses were filled, toasts were made. To friendship, to life, to the journey that had brought us together in that moment. Navigating the political landscape. A delicate dance. It's impossible to talk about Russia without acknowledging the complex and often controversial political landscape. The country's history is intertwined with power struggles, ideological clashes, and a constant search for its place on the world stage. From the legacy of the Soviet Union to the rise of Vladimir Putin, Russia's political journey has been anything but smooth sailing. The country is grappling with issues of democracy, freedom of speech, and human rights, facing criticism and sanctions from the West. Avoid sweeping judgments and engage in respectful dialogue, recognizing that there are diverse perspectives and experiences within Russia. Behind the headlines and political rhetoric are real people, individuals with their own hopes, dreams, and anxieties. Beyond the headlines, embracing complexity. Russia is a country that defies easy categorization. It's a land of contradictions, where the weight of history intersects with the vibrancy of modern life. To truly understand Russia, you need to move beyond the headlines, the stereotypes, and the preconceived notions. Embrace the complexity. Engage with the country's history, its culture, and its people with an open mind and a willingness to learn. Don't shy away from difficult conversations, but approach them with respect and a desire for understanding. Travel is about more than just ticking off destinations on a list. It's about connecting with people, experiencing different cultures, and broadening your understanding of the world. Until we meet again, Russia. As I boarded the plane, leaving behind the snow-dusted streets of Moscow, I carried with me a mosaic of memories. Russia had gotten under my skin, leaving an indelible mark on my soul. It was a journey that challenged my perceptions, broadened my horizons, and reminded me of the power of human connection. Russia, with its pure beauty, its complex history, and its enduring spirit, is a country that stays with you long after you've said goodbye. It's a place I know I'll return to. drawn back by the allure of its untamed landscapes and the warmth of its people. Until next time, Russia. Tu skoro i vstreki.